You know that feeling, right? When you're just trying to get your life back on track and someone keeps pulling the rug out from under you. That's exactly where Robert Sugden found himself in the latest Emmerdale episode. Fresh out of prison, all Robert wants is to rebuild his life, find some stability, and maybe, just maybe, mend some broken bridges. But his half-brother, John Sugden, seems dead set on making that an impossible dream. Let's just say, John's paranoia about Robert's return to the village, especially given his past with Aaron Dingle, is reaching new heights. And he's not afraid to play dirty. In a move that left us all yelling at our screens, John absolutely sabotaged Robert's new job prospects, all with a chilling chat with Caleb Milligan. Remember that debt Caleb owed John after Anthony Fox's death? Well, John certainly did, and he wasn't shy about cashing in. He twisted Caleb's arm, leaving him with absolutely no choice but to reconsider Robert's new gig at his shipping business. Talk about a low blow. The episode kicked off with Robert wrestling with some serious guilt. Victoria Sugden had a nasty black eye, and it was clear he was responsible. Poor Victoria even had to call in sick to work just to hide away. Robert, seeing the danger he posed, told Victoria it was too risky for him to stay with her and Harry and announced he was moving out. But Victoria, ever the loyal sister, begged him to reconsider her condition. Robert had to agree to therapy for those prison-induced nightmares, and honestly, who could blame her? Robert agreed, taking a quick call from Caleb and rushing off, late for his first day of work. Caleb, as you can imagine, wasn't thrilled about Robert's tardiness, but Robert, eager to make a good impression, apologized profusely and promised to make it up to him by diving straight into the work. Just when things were starting to look up for Robert, Caleb popped home. And who was waiting for him? None other than John, practically rubbing his hands together, ready for a chat about Robert's employment. John, with his signature menacing tone, warned Caleb that Robert was dangerous and practically ordered him to sack him on the spot. Caleb, to his credit, tried to stand his ground, insisting Robert deserved a chance to rebuild his life, but John wasn't having it. That's when he delivered the gut-wrenching reminder, a sinister whisper that sent shivers down our spines. "I think you're forgetting something, Anthony. I helped you cover up his murder." Caleb, clearly stunned, could only manage a bewildered, "What's that got to do with it? Are you trying to blackmail me?" The answer, dear viewers, was a resounding yes. Feeling the immense pressure from John, Caleb returned to work. You could see the internal struggle on his face. He walked into the office and, with a made-up story about losing a client, a flimsy attempt to soften the blow, he delivered the devastating news to Robert. He had to let him go. Dejected but ever polite, Robert left, the weight of the world on his shoulders. He headed straight for the Woolpack, ready to drown his sorrows. There he bumped into Jai Sharma, Caleb's depot manager. Robert, still trying to make sense of his sudden dismissal, asked Jai about Caleb's big new client. Jai, utterly clueless, just shrugged. And in that moment, the pieces finally clicked for Robert. He knew exactly what had happened. He knew John was behind it. Fueled by a cocktail of anger and betrayal, Robert stormed out of the pub. He spotted John and, without hesitation, confronted him. "I know what you did," Robert shouted, his voice laced with fury. John, ever the instigator, just told him to leave it. But Robert wasn't about to back down. He warned John that he was going to make sure Aaron saw John for the manipulative person he truly was. And that's when things escalated, as they always do in Emmerdale. The two brothers came to blows, right outside Victoria's house, no less. The commotion, of course, drew Victoria out. She rushed out, her voice filled with desperation, begging her two brothers to stop fighting. But John's eyes immediately landed on Victoria's black eye, and when he discovered Robert was responsible, he completely lost it. He threatened to call the police to report Robert, but Victoria, in a desperate plea, stopped him. She warned him that if he called the police, their relationship, the last thread of connection she had with him, would be over forever. What a tangled web they weave, right? It leaves you wondering, how much more can Robert take? Will John ever back off and let him rebuild his life? And what about Victoria? How long can she keep peace between her warring brothers? What do you think is going to happen next with the Sugden brothers?